okay, so last week Raw had really poor ratings. So this week they knew they had to really, really bring things up a notch. So we began with a promo. Paul Heyman promo. I think they were really smart to begin with a Paul Heyman promo and have him just jack the crowd up ridiculously to get everybody really hyped for Brock Lesnar being there and Brock Lesnar threatening to pretty much absolutely destroy Seth Rollins. Paul got tripped up a little bit in his promo. I think it was just, he was trying to do alliteration. You could tell he might have had ideas, but kind of just fumbled a little bit here and there. Like, it's rare for Paul to have a promo where he makes a mistake, so it kind of stuck out pretty heavily. So, of course, later on, Triple H is on the back. Morris tells Seth, hey, you gotta do something about this. So, of course, they do vignettes showing the Cadillac. Still with the, like, here's the price of the car sticker, the ESRB. Then, of course, they come out with axe handles. Why not kendo sticks? Why not baseball bats? Lead pipes? Axe handles seem really specific, and I was like, all right, axe handles? All right. But their car is parked in a very specific location. Brock comes down the ring and he's like, 3 yards of the axe handles. No, that's a pretty fancy looking ride. Oh, look, here's Paul Heyman pushing out the fireman's cart. While the whole time Lesnar music is playing in the background. And I immediately had kind of like a New Jack moment where New Jack's Natural Born Killer just played the whole time while he just trashed something. So then they give Lesnar axes. Fireman grade axes. And as Lesnar is destroying this car with axes. I'm thinking, oh man, if he breaks the head off of one of those, don't care if it's a fireman axe, this is freaking Brock Lesnar. And he's just destroying the car. And then all of a sudden he pops on the back door, so I'm like, he's gonna tears the door off the hinges like it's nothing. It's like you open a bag of chips at home, Brock Lesnar just destroyed a car door. He heaves it. I'm thinking, if Brock throws it too hard, he's going to kill people in the crowd. When Jamie Noble comes down, broken ribs Jamie Noble, he's probably like, Brock, don't kill me. Brock, broken arm. Okay, I can deal with that. I probably still can't breathe. Mercury. Throw into the hood of the car. Lay the blade onto the hood of the car. Seth Rollins. Kind of peeing himself. Brock goes to the ring. Seth takes off running. So there's all your main event build-up. Just done very, very well. So, that was kind of the majority of your promos and non-wrestling. They were smart. It's a Chicago crowd. You do lots of good wrestling. Or it's, I guess, adequate wrestling. Ryback took on the Big Show. They were smart. They had Miz on the outside and gave Miz a live mic. So instead of hearing constant CM Punk chants, what they knew they were probably going to hear, they kind of had the Miz occasionally throw out like single lines to get the heat onto the Miz. Miz does a run towards the end, gets a disqualification. Then you see Miz working on one, works on the other. They're both standing. He's like, "Well, Ryback, we need to work together to take out the Big Show." Then he's going to get the crap beat out of him. Crowd's happy. Like, all right, that's actually a pretty solid opener. I can dig that. Paige takes on Brie. Numbers game's too much for her. Paige loses to Brie, using the X Factor. The X Factor, or Attitude Era, when X-Pac uses it, is called the carpet muncher, if they won't use that term now for obvious reasons. You know, she hits that move, and it's like, from Brie, it doesn't seem to be as impactful. I always thought that move was great as, like, the two out of like a 1-2 punch. Like, you need something before it, and then that move. Or you do that move, and it's a step into something else. Like, if Brie were to do that, you know, as like the stuns, as her opponent's starting to get up, she's like a shining wizards. Beautiful, that'd be fantastic. But, solid match. The Paige versus the rest of the, just the Bellas, works well. They could come back to see Naomi and Tamina with some sort of weird Don King skunk thing going on with her hair. They got to be on TV. Roman Reigns took on Sheamus in another great hard-hitting match, which the crowd began to not care about. But then Bray Wyatt had something happen. It seemed like somebody else ran down to the ring, and Bray Wyatt Superman punched the random person who they never showed who it was, which seemed really odd. And then Sheamus went back on it. And I was thinking, alright, so Roman Reigns should attack Sheamus. No, Orton's back. Currently, recently engaged, Randy Orton. Congrats, Randy. I do believe that Randy's got a kid, and the woman who he's engaged to has a couple of kids. So, Orton bunch. You know, he does a good number on him, beats him down, works. Now, with Orton being back, Orton can have a feud with Sheamus, which frees up Reigns to have a feud with Wyatt. Great stuff. Well, like, I can deal with that. That's not bad. It's workable. That's a truly workable sequence. Rusev and Ray were in the ring, which prompted Ziggler and Lana to come down. And they, again, had an awkward moment. And then Rusev beat down Ziggler, because apparently Rusev is okay now. Which is good, so this is actually going to go somewhere. It's going to go to a mixed tag match. So that's going to happen. Bo Dallas came down, and he ended up taking on Dean Ambrose. Actually, pretty solid match. They gave him some time to actually work. Dean Ambrose, of course, just pretty much beat Dallas a lot, but they gave him enough time to work, and it was a decent, serviceable match. Like, all right, we're getting some good matches. This is weird. New Day took on Lucha Dragons with primetime players on commentary. Titus O'Neil, I think he had ideas of what he wanted to say, and he's hoping that JBL would maybe kind of work with him. JBL really didn't. I think that the moment that kind of happened, Titus kind of lost his flow for a little bit, and he got kind of awkward. And Darren Young just didn't really say much on the mic. And of course, numbers game. New Day gets the victory. Kofi and Big E, when they do their tandem finisher now, I think that they've gotten to the point where they're in sync. You can no longer put like a full body between Kofi and the opponent when they hit the mat. I'm like, all right, good, that works well. Good match. All right, good match. Good match. Some decent singles matches. R-Truth took on King Barrett, or King Wizard took on King Barrett, and Barrett won. So Sheamus won a match. Barrett won a match on the exact same night. What? Hasn't happened very often. They talk about Kevin Owens losing his time to Finn Balor. Great match you should watch on the network, which I don't think is free this month. Which is rare. There's no it's free the first month, or you get 1 month free for new subscribers. So, which is a good segue to John Cena talking about stuff. Owens came out and was like, "You suck at promos. I'm tired of hearing you talk. I want your title now." Cesaro came down and he was like, "You screwed me out of the match about last week. On my rematch." And at which point Owens was like, "Fine, whatever. I got one in a couple of weeks. He's yours." Cesaro and Cena then tear the house down for a second week in a row. Lots of great back and forth. Cesaro showed that he was able to do anything that he needed to be able to stay a step ahead of Cena. Cena beats him with a Super AA. He hasn't pulled out a Super AA, I want to say, since he fought Bobby Lashley. I like the fact that he's got a super finisher. So now you have regular AA. You have Springboard Star in AA and Super AA. At least that means he's got that additional move that he very rarely... That's his burning hammer. And beautiful match, great back and forth. John Cena wins. Owens comes down, going for the pop-up. Cena reverses an AA. And I was like, John, you sold so much of the match. You totally could have eaten the pop-up powerbomb. And it would have been fine. But instead it's AA on Owens. Owens, fresh as daisy, rolls out the ring. And I'm like, you know what? That was a solid night of matches. Had some down points, yeah. Barrett and R-Truth, I think, were given almost too much time. Titus O'Neil fumbled a little bit on the mic during commentary, but actually did a really good job, except for a couple of little fumbles here and there. And Rusev, Ray, Lana, Ziggler, Lagler, they're trying. It's like Ruth Ray or Raysuf. It's just, that match is going to be brutal.